All right. Good afternoon, everybody. It's finally game week, which is awfully exciting for our program, for our team, for our staff. For me personally, just excited about getting this thing going and feel really good about where we're at. Feel like we're in a good place, both mentally and physically, to go out there and succeed. And we're looking forward to the opportunity, looking forward to heading to Vegas, leaving on Friday. Obviously, we got a really, really good team we're playing, coming off of a great year. Talk more about them later in the week. But excited where our program is as well. And then we know that feels like it's been a long time since we played a game. So I know our guys are super excited. And we are excited for Saturday in Allegiant Stadium in Vegas. It's a beautiful stadium. Seen a bunch of pictures, heard a bunch of things about it. Have never been there, but certainly excited about that. And then can't wait to get back home as well. And I have 2 home games here, and we got to pack this place. I keep saying it, but there's nothing better than having a full house for a college football game, and we have the opportunity to do it. So I'm very hopeful that we'll be able to have 55,000 people here on opening night. And I believe we should, we can, and hopefully we will. So we are in a good spot in terms of everybody should be practicing, I believe, this week. We've named our captains. Excited about our captains. Josh McCauley and Stanley Berryhill on offense. Thomas Reed and Lucas Haversick in special teams. And Anthony Pandy and Jalen Harris on defense. Team voted for that group, and they did a great job there picking those 6. Been able to award 2 number 1 jerseys, 1 on offense, 1 on defense. Stanley Berryhill will be wearing number 1 on offense. Jalen Harris will be wearing number 1 on defense. So make all of those changes on the depth chart there. No more 49 and no more 86 for those 2 guys. Other than that, excited to answer any of your questions, and we'll go from there.
What stood out about Stanley Berryhill and Jalen Harris?
Well, they had to do a lot of different things right. Number 1, no misses. Had to be at every practice. Had to participate. Had to go hard every play, every day. Can't be late to any meetings. Can't be late. Can't miss any. Really anything. Have to do well academically. Both of them graduated. Both of them still maintained their GPAs and did a nice job there. Had to lead the team when the team was tired. They were certainly 2 guys that made sure that everybody worked extremely hard. And they really are everything that a Wildcat should be. They are people that give back to the community. They're people that love being Arizona Wildcats. They're both Arizona natives. They're both people that dreamt of playing here, and they both are accomplishing that. They'll both start, and I'm proud of both of those guys. And they wanted to be in the Derby, and they've done a great job out winning the jerseys.
Will Jason stay at number 6, or will he get number 49?
I would think Jason will stay at number 6. Yeah, if that.
Two guys with the number 1s.
Well, the beautiful thing about college football is that you double up on numbers. And, we've got some 2s. We've got guys in all different single-digit numbers. And, it was one of those that there was really both of those guys deserved it. And they're about the only 2 that were in that elite category for that jersey number. And they were the guys that deserved it, and they both wanted it. If only one of the 2 wanted it, we would have only had 1.
And besides being exciting, what's this week like for you? It's your first week as first game as a head coach. What else is going through your mind this week?
Well, a lot, because got to call a game, got a game plan. So not only are you responsible for managing the game, but also responsible for being the offensive play caller and making sure that the game plan is what we want it to be, making sure the quarterbacks are ready to go, making sure that the offense, installing every offensive play this week to make sure we're all on the same page of how we want it to look. Game management is a huge part of it. excited about really this privilege of being a head coach. We got great coaches that I can rely heavily on, from Brendan Carroll and Jimmy Doherty to Don Brown and special teams with Keith Dudzinski and Jordan Paopao. So I feel really good about where we're at in terms of our staff. Our back end guys with Dwayne Walker and Chuck are in a great spot. So I know that the team's going to be in a great spot. They're going to know what to do. But we still have to go out and execute it. And that's the key right now. And obviously, as the head coach, you're responsible for what the team looks like. And we can't have silly errors. We can't, get plays where there's 10 guys on the field. We have to, avoid having free runners or free guys in the backfield and all the things that, you agonize over. But, you've gone from being, the guy that makes suggestions to the guy that makes decisions. So that's an important part of this.
Are you nervous?
I don't know if I would get nervous. There's obviously the anxiety and the butterflies, and if you don't have those, I don't know if you're a real competitor. But there's always that, juice out there, and you want to put your best foot forward. So I'm not sure I'll do a lot of sleeping this week, but I'm certainly excited about where this thing can go.
Regarding the captains, were the players supposed to vote on offense, defense, and special teams, or did it just turn out that way?
No, the players had one vote for offense, one vote for defense, one vote for special teams.
In terms of the play calling, how does that dynamic work within your system in terms of, do you talk to Brendan and Jimmy before every play? What's their input level as the game progresses?
Most of our staff input is done prior to the start of the game. It becomes difficult or challenging to have long-winded conversations during the course of the game. The conversations will occur between series, and the conversations can occur all week long. With our whole coaching staff, we've been in meetings last night till late this morning, started right away offensively and defensively, and have been just plugging along and making sure everybody's on the same page and making sure we all are comfortable with everything that's in. And then Coach Carroll will put the runs in to the team this afternoon, and then I'll put the passes into the team after that.
BYU, what's your impression from what you've seen on film?
Well, I mean, they're coming off an 11-1 season. They're tough. They're physical. They got some guys they've replaced, but they've replaced them with veteran players. They're always going to play good, sound, fundamental football. They're always going to be hard to block and hard to tackle, and we know that. They've got some ability to be super explosive. They brought some guys in there that can certainly stretch the field, and we know that we've got our work cut out for us with that team, and we're excited about the opportunity. But we know that it's a good defensive team. It's a good offensive team, and they certainly know how to, not beat themselves on special teams. So that's all three phases working together, and that's how you go 11-1.
COVID obviously hasn't gone away. Many of us are still wearing masks indoors. Fans have to wear masks at the game on Saturday. What is your general message to the players regarding their social interactions or anything kind of related to that topic when they're outside of the building?
Yeah, I mean, we're certainly very COVID aware as a program. As you know, we made vaccinations an enormous priority. We're able to get 100% vaccinated with no exceptions. We didn't have any exceptions. So every player on our team, every coach, every person that works in our building. Then on top of it, we also understand that there's breakthrough cases and there's, COVID is real deal that we have to make sure that we don't lose guys to. So we let them know that every day is a game. Every day is a competition. So, Friday night, you're competing. You're competing against BYU. You're competing against the rest of the country. Are they going to get COVID? Or are you going to get COVID? Are you going to be able to avoid getting sick? Are you going to be able to avoid missing time? And with that comes every decision you make. It's really important for us to make smart decisions and wise decisions so we don't run into a problem where we lose guys because of a Friday night or a Saturday night out. And socialize with people that have COVID.
Are they under certain restrictions on the road? Who they can interact with?
Yeah, they can interact with their team. We're pretty strict about that. I don't know if there's other rules outside of our team rules, but our team rules don't go past much interaction with anybody else. They'll be able to see their parents after the game. Sure, there'll be some time that we could let them interact with their parents at some point in time, but haven't spent much time thinking about that, and we'll talk about that more with the team. But most of our time will be spent as team, isolated from almost everybody.
Expecting from the atmosphere on Saturday? I mean, it's an inaugural event. It's a neutral-site game for your first time as head coach. And this school, the fan base travels really well. It's Labor Day weekend. We also had are you expecting a big crowd or big atmosphere?
Yeah, I mean, at the Pac-12 Media Day, I was told that there was over 55,000 seats sold. I'm hopeful that we're traveling very well. Everybody I've spoken with feels really good about the way Arizona is traveling to this game, and that they feel really good about, number one, that our group likes being in Vegas. They like the opportunity, how close it is, that they could drive to Vegas from Arizona, from California, and then obviously we have people living in that area. And we're hopeful we got a really big crowd of Arizona Wildcats, and hopefully it's a split stadium. I would assume they're going to have a good crowd as well. So we need all of the Wildcat Nation out there. And if we could have a split stadium, that'd be pretty awesome, kind of like the Florida-Georgia game back in the day.
Since talking about your quarterbacks so so ago, how have they handled the news, and have they separated themselves even a little, or how have they pushed each other?
Yeah, they're pushing themselves. There's some separation continuing to go on, and that's, as we continue to evaluate that, we'll make decisions on how much separation is actually occurring. Right now, we both plan to play them. We plan on playing them both. How much, we're not sure yet. We'll see what that looks like, see how the game goes. But, there's certainly an opportunity for a little platoon system. But right now they've embraced it. They're working hard at it. They're working hard at getting better. And, I think that there's been success here in the past of a two-quarterback system. From what I understand, I think in 1998 there was a two-quarterback system, and they went 12-1. So we'll see what that looks like. Not saying it's going to look like that, but I do know that it has happened here before.
Scenario where the first quarterback comes out and leads you on 2 touchdown drives right away, is there an opportunity for that person to stay in and there not be 2 quarterbacks playing off that?
Yes. Yes, 100%. I'm not bound to put another person in if we have 2 touchdown drives in a row. Call that a champagne problem.
Don Brown has said that he's going to play a lot of different packages on defense, which allows a lot of players to play. Do you plan to rotate a lot at the skill positions, running back, wide receiver, tight end?
Yeah, we'll probably do whatever we believe is best to be able to move the football, and really that's at all position groups on offense, and we'll see what it looks like in terms of who's giving us the best matchups, who's giving us the best chance, what coverages are we getting. What fronts are we getting? What type of, defensive game plan do they have to our personnel? And then we'll decide who we play and what changes we do make.
On the recruiting side, can you talk about how important it is to play on national television, be a showcase like that, put on a good show?
Yeah, recruiting's the lifeblood of your program. So you've got to be able to constantly work at it. You have to build your relationships that they're strong enough that they're not evaluated on every game, just the game itself. But we are certainly excited about the opportunity to play on national TV. We believe that we'll have that opportunity often to be either on one of the ESPNs or on Fox or on the Pac-12 network, where a lot of people get the games. And we certainly hope that everybody can watch our games. And we know that you're always being evaluated. You're being evaluated by your own team, your former team. You're being evaluated by people that want to be on your future teams. You're being evaluated by the people that are watching it on TV. And we always want to have a good performance, and we also recognize it's a game. And it's a game that sometimes the ball bounces in funny ways. So hopefully it bounces in good ways this weekend.
Are there any jobs up in the air still right now, or are you pretty well set?
Yeah, we're pretty much set on who's, I can't think of any jobs that are up in the air right now that I think we'll release the depth chart either today or tomorrow. I don't know, but it should be pretty much set on who's playing.
Given that you go against their defense all the time, what are your thoughts on Don Brown's defense right now?
They're good.
As good as advertised, or as good as the aggressiveness that we expect?
I hope so. We'll see on Saturday night, or they'll see on Saturday night, I guess.
Are there any players who are out for the season because of injuries?
Out for the season because of injuries? No, not that I could think of right now. I think we have as a matter of fact, I think I'd be surprised, other than Jamari, that we know of, has got a couple weeks left. But other than Jamari, I think that we're gonna have everybody.
How many can you bring the whole team?
I think we'll be bringing about 80 players.
Well, we're waiting for the depth chart. Can you talk about how deep we're going to go? We're going to see the rotation from running backs.
Yeah, there's a good group of backs out there that we'll have. I guess you'll see everybody from Wiley to Drake to Rocker to Jalen to Bam. So I think we'll probably get hopefully a good dose of backs. We'll see how far we go in the depth chart in terms of playing the game, but we'll certainly list all those guys.
You mentioned last week there were some questions in terms of rotation on linebacker and defensive line. How did that kind of?
Yeah, well, in terms of the defensive line, it seems as if everybody's back at this point. So feel good about Jalen and Mo and Trey and JB and Keon and Paris all being available, I believe. And then, plus, other guys give you opportunities to get certain reps in there as well. Tank was another one. And then on linebacker core, we would have, the only guy, you got Trey, you got Pandy, Jerry, Kenny, and then Rashi. So you got those 5 guys and Malik. So that'll be rotating in different packages based on necessarily what we're trying to get done defensively. But I would assume we'll see all 6 of those backers and all 7 or 8 of the defensive linemen playing.
Two more. Considering the number of connections you made throughout your coaching career, is there a guy or a couple of coaches that you're calling this week to make some advice?
Yeah, I talked to some coaches this morning, and I would assume that throughout the week I'll probably talk to some guys. Talked to Josh McDaniels this morning. Talked to Vic Fangio this morning, 2 guys that are very good friends of mine. So that was good to just catch up with them on the way in. But no, I think we have a really good relationships with a lot of guys, and there'll probably be a couple questions I ask as the week goes. But it was just nice to catch up with them. And Nick Cayley, the tight end coach in New England, he had Devin Asiasi catching 4 balls for 65 yards, so that was cool to see.
What are some of those questions that you're going to ask them?
Oh, they're just more personal questions in terms of stuff that I'll keep between me and those guys. But they're just, obviously, these are important people in my life and people that have made great impacts. And there's always going to be something that comes up this week or the weeks ahead that are important to be able to talk through with guys that have done it. And those guys have done it or are doing it.
Do you expect a lot of the ex-players to be there at one end, and Teddy as well?
Teddy will not be there. He has ESPN obligations. I don't expect him to be able to make it to the games this year. I would hope that a couple of our ex-players will be there. I heard some. I think we have like a very large group of like 78 former letter winners that are going in one group, and then there's another additional former letter winner group. But I was told today that there was a group that formed, I think it was 78 guys that were going together that all are letter winners here.
Could you talk real quick briefly cool that is, if that's the right word, because you have the alums who are really embracing you.
Yeah, I hope they're embracing, our team, our program, everything that's going on here right now. It's awesome. It's what you need. I've said from the very, very first day I was hired that college football is about the people that have done it before you. And they're about the pageantry and the alumni base and the people that have really walked this turf and walked these fields. And it's our job to respect that and our job to have show them what our program is all about and what our team is all about. Troy Polamalu in his Hall of Fame speech said the best indication or best reflection of being the type of player that you want to be is if the people that played before you want you as their teammate. And that's our goal. Our goal is that players on our team are wanted by the Desert Swarms and before. And if that's the case, we got a good team.
Is the plan still to start Gunner at quarterback?
Yeah, Gunner will start.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Okay, thanks, guys. We'll see you on Thursday.